Cool. I guess I hit record at some point. You can't really see the screen, but it says 10 minutes. I'm pressing start now. Okay, talking to the screen, to the camera for 10 minutes. In a pseudo public place, there's a lot of bikes going by right now. I'm next to this canal here in Amsterdam. It's a beautiful day here in Amsterdam. This canal is near my house. It's like pretty fuzzy to you because I have it the focal length set to that, and then I have a filter on here, so you're not going to see it unless I turn up the ISO. It won't even go high enough. Anyway, that's a little better. No, it's not. Here we go. So this canal right by my house, there's a bunch of people swimming in it. Just behind me, I didn't know you could go swimming in it right there, but I may try to figure out how to go swimming over there. Because it's a hot day. It's like 85 degrees, 86 degrees. We went through the middle of town. We went to a coffee shop and did some work. And I didn't capture any shots of that. Actually, I did on my pocket. So you might see that on my pocket. It looks like my microphone's a little too hot. Oh well, that's how it goes. So, what is it, middle of July? Super hot out. Pretty awesome seeing so many boats. Everybody gets out on their boats on these hot days, gets in the water, gets in the canals. It's pretty cool. I'm a little jealous, honestly. My neighbor just rolled by. It's one of those things here in Amsterdam. You don't really get to know your neighbors. You kind of recognize them. We did, I guess it's an American thing, but we did that thing where we give everybody, you know, a letter when we moved in, like, hi, we just moved in, it'd be nice to meet you, etc. Nobody responded. Nobody gave us their phone numbers. But it is what it is. Maybe they don't speak English. That's one of those cool things about Amsterdam, though. A lot of people speak English. And you can see it as good or bad. But in our case, it's been good because we can get settled a bit easier. And we've been able to figure things out a bit easier without really, like, too much trouble. Originally, we had thought we might go to, like, some small town because it would be cheaper to live there, and since we work remotely, it doesn't really matter where we live. But now we realized we wouldn't have been able to function because we speak English pretty often. So we're happy to be here in Amsterdam. This road is pretty interesting because there are a lot of people. It's like more busy than I expected for vehicles. I guess in Amsterdam in general, I didn't think there would be so many cars, but then recently I read that there are actually as many like cars as residents. So there's quite a few, and there is a lot of traffic. But yeah, that was surprising. There's somebody, that's so cool. There's somebody hanging on to a rope behind the boat, kind of just dragging along. Not really skiing, they're not going fast enough for that. They're just being dragged. Which does look really nice, gotta be honest. I think the microphone is clipping way too much. Forgot I turned it up earlier. I'm gonna see if I can. Okay, here's where it was yesterday. Which was better. Hopefully the beginning of this video wasn't like crazy noisy from clipping and distortion. Oh, but it's such a nice, what a nice day. What is going on with me? So I have an interview for a job at Under Armour, actually, on Monday. I have no idea how that's going to go. I have not been having much luck with the interview front. the whole software engineer industry it's a bit difficult to get a job right now. It's like there's a car. And I also kind of put myself in this position where I can only work for specific places here in the Netherlands, since my visa only allows me to work for companies based in the Netherlands. And a lot of software companies are remote. And recruiters will reach out from other countries, like say France or Spain, looking for remote workers, but I can't work for them because they have to have a business registration here in the Netherlands. Now, there are ways around it. There's this thing called deal.com where basically if I were employed, I would be employed by deal.com and not by the company, but they work with the company, and then on paper I look like an employee and I work for them. But I haven't found anybody that's willing to do that yet, which is unfortunate, I suppose. But yeah, pushing hard, trying to stay optimistic about the whole interview process. I do notice I'm getting better. I'm getting better at explaining my history. I'm getting better at explaining my strengths and my weaknesses. I reached out to an old coach or mentor again, and he's been helping me figure out answers to, those typical questions that you get from an interview, right? Online, like, describe the one time that you had to work through a problem, or you had a disagreement. It's like, yeah, I threw an eraser at him. Well, of course I wouldn't say stuff like that. It's so interesting that these have to be asked, I guess, and you have to have a canned answer for them. It's like, look at my work history. I've been employed for 20-some years, and I've never been fired. And I've always got good reviews. It's like, it's such a strange world. People like me. Everyone tells me they like me. Anyway. Birds. Oh, these seagulls are chasing this heron. Oh, poor heron. And they're mad at it for some reason. That's funny. The birds situation here has been enlightening. I've never been a bird person until I moved here and then started getting into the different types of birds they have. I guess it's like one of those things when you get used to wherever you live, and then you just get used to the things around you, such as birds, and then you come somewhere like on the other side of the planet and you start to notice, like, wow, these birds look very different than where I'm from. I wonder what they're called. I wonder how they got here, etc. Or it's just me. I don't know. Could just be me. Oh man, thinking of things to talk about this next week. Oh, I got something. I was watching a pretty interesting video earlier of a kid breaking down how he started his businesses and how the book, he referenced this book. What was it? Something about 12 weeks. It's like change. It's not like self-help. It's not like change your life in 12 weeks. It was something to do with like business in 12 weeks. I can look it up. But essentially, you reverse engineer your goals in 12 weeks, and you articulate your goals in such a way that there are actions you can take on a weekly basis that don't change, but still bring you closer to your goals. So, for example, if you're trying to get big on YouTube, actually he gave his example of trying to grow his YouTube, where he's like, I'm going to post two long form videos a week, and then 4 short form, and then like do 2 hours of planning or something every week. And so if those are your weekly tasks, they never change, but they do get you closer to your goal. And then you have a sort of retrospective hour on your calendar where you write out the things you learned from, say, doing these tasks from the week. And so I think I'm going to try to do something like that, but I also don't have any goals. So I think my first goal is to create a goal. I don't know how I'm going to reach that. I feel like my goal is just to like make money, but that's not good. Like, I want to help people. See, there's this intrinsic voice that's saying, you want to help people. You like helping people grow. You like helping people learn things. Which, there's 10 minutes. Which brings me back to the school community I mentioned yesterday, which I think is going to be around building both businesses and building up skills. Be it confidence, be it speaking, etc. But that's it. 10 minutes. I did it. Thanks.